I'm going to explain exactly how you can win your next hackathon in 5 simple steps. Now, why should you trust me? I've won here, 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 and here. And I was recently named a top 50 hacker by Major League Hacking. I've won over 10 times doing hackathons throughout high school and college, and I think I've gotten it down to an exact science. You'll want to stay until the end because there's a very specific way you'll want to do your demo to make sure that you win. Alright, so the first point is about the idea. Now, about 3 and 4 projects that I see in hackathons aren't actually good enough to win just from their idea alone, regardless of whatever they've hacked together. Your idea is going to be the premise that your entire project is based on. So choose something with an emotional pull or story tied to it. This is huge because going for a problem that something like you or someone from your community faces is going to resonate really well with people and will make the judges want you to win. You could look to current events and see if there are problems related to that worth solving. So for example, the past 2 years, there have been a ton of great projects around addressing problems that the pandemic brought upon us. I've seen concepts around mental health or serving underprivileged communities, and these are all around just really great concepts that judges can really easily get behind. One common mistake I've seen teams make with their idea is they get way too distracted from company-sponsored API challenges like best use of Twilio API or best use of Capital One API. I mean, oftentimes people see these challenges and come up with super basic ideas, which almost prevents them from being set up to place in the top 3 for the main prizes. Implement the APIs that actually make sense. Don't try to randomly fit every sponsored challenge into your project. It might feel like you're making the ultimate hackathon project, but it's more likely that you're making something that wouldn't even make sense to judges. Also, these prizes are super competitive because a lot of people struggle coming up with ideas organically and just try to shove as many API prizes into their project. So stick to an idea that's genuinely compelling and not mapped to a specific API. Also, make sure you're confident that you can realistically complete your project in the 24 to 36 hour time range. I mean, so many people overshoot in concept and end up not having a demoable product by the end. That brings me into point number 2, which is to prepare ahead of time. It is fun to go into hackathons with no prior ideas and try to come up with them on the spot. I've done this a few times and it makes for a cool experience, but if you're coming to win, you're going to really boost your chances thinking things through beforehand so that you're taking full advantage of those short 24 to 36 hours of hacking. Part of being prepared is trying to assemble a team before your hackathon even starts. A good team makes a huge difference, and I would recommend don't opt for people that are in a higher level CS class. Go for the people that have built their own side projects or have competed in hackathons before. Ideally, your teammates have experience in similar tech stacks, so commit to a stack that your team is comfortable with. It's easy to say, I'm going to learn React during this hackathon, right? And then halfway through, you realize it's just taking forever to add basic features. I don't want to dissuade you from exploration in general, since that's part of becoming a better engineer, right? But if you're really going for the win, I would say stick to what you're confident in, because 24 to 36 hours, that's a short time. Make it crystal clear who's going to focus on what aspects of your project. So who's going to do the back end, front end, or API integrations, and make these roles very known. Also, give the more experienced members on your team the more difficult tasks, right? To ensure that the core of your project ends up getting implemented. Now, I completely discourage writing code directly for your project ahead of time. This is cheating and it goes against the spirit of the hackathon. However, practicing how to implement some of the APIs that you may use or getting a basic setup of your tech stack is completely fair game. You can also look up templates for web and mobile apps online that will make development way easier. And I just in general recommend that you use as many resources publicly available so that you're not implementing everything from scratch. Also, make a specific list of what needs to get done because I've seen projects fall apart just because they're missing 1 or 2 pieces. It's devastating, so don't let that be your team. Also, I can't stress this enough. The success of your hackathon relies on your MVP. So keep the scope of your project limited. Think about what the most important thing is in your project and commit to that. It's so easy to ideate and dream big, but bugs inevitably crop up. And as engineers, we tend to overestimate how much we can actually get done. This commonly backfires. Know what your MVP needs. Spend the entire time focusing on that before adding whatever random features afterwards. The third point that will help you win is having some level of technical complexity in your project. A core part of hackathons is the actual engineering behind your building. Think about what technology you can use that makes your project kind of non-trivial and very impressive to people. Something that I don't necessarily love about hackathon judging, but I've seen is overwhelmingly true, is that the more hyped acronyms you can throw into your project, the better it can perform. So like NLP, ML, AI, IoT, or like computer vision and blockchain. These just make your project perform better. It's a bit silly because a lot of times throwing these in don't actually add anything and they don't make any practical sense, but it just makes it seemingly more impressive to judges. It's not exactly about how many of these you use, but how well you use them. Most winning projects will generally have utilized one of these perceived advanced technologies in their product, right? So definitely keep that in mind. And just remember again, making your project technically complex does not mean building everything from scratch just to make things more difficult. So use as many resources as you can. And while you're working, you should be focused on getting your project ready for the demo. And that brings me to my fourth and final point, which is the hackathon demo. This part is everything. Make sure you've set aside at least like the last 8 hours to really polish your demo. I've seen teams fail at all the previous steps I just mentioned and still end up performing really well because of an impressive demo. This part will make or break your project. It needs to have a wow factor in order to win. Something that will literally make the judges say wow out loud. Your demo shouldn't cover boring pieces like user login or authentication flow. It's understood that those can be built. So focus on what's more interesting, right? Don't try to shove in 4 different features into your product demo. Focus on one very impressive feature that's super well polished and interesting, because that's going to be what's going to carry your project to victory. Your demo needs to have at least one of these 3 aspects, if not more, to succeed. So is the hack interactive? Can people try it themselves and does it work well? Or is it highly visual? Can people see it in action? Or is it just in general very, very impressive and entertaining? You might notice that these points have a lot more to do with the UI or UX of the hack and not the back-end engineering, right? And that's one key insight I've come to after doing a bunch of these hackathons, that seeing is believing, and having the visual or interactive elements of your demo down is an absolute necessity for winning. This is actually why I've noticed hardware hacks do particularly well in hackathons, because they're so visual and tangible. Also, have some predefined test cases so that you can show how your application can perform the best, and focus on that wow factor with these predefined test cases. Now, going into these demos, you're gonna wanna get your 2 to 3 minute pitch down to a T. So remember the story aspect I mentioned at the idea step? Open with that. So explain the premise of your project and then dive into what you did. You probably don't have a long time to pitch, so don't focus on the minute details or showing them specific lines of code. Show them the actual meat of what you worked on and spend a full minute explaining that. And make sure your pitch includes the technical complexity aspect that we mentioned in the last step. Explain why what you implemented isn't so simple and why your accomplishment is super significant and helps solve a real problem. And then after you pitch, the judges will usually ask questions, and this will typically go even longer than your actual demo. So think ahead of what questions the judges might ask, and always try to tie it back to the strengths of your project. So if you made a very thorough ML model, keep tying it back to that. Or if the story you've built the project upon is super emotional and compelling, tie it back to the use case. Hackathons are not about perfection, so don't worry too much about the potential weaknesses and focus on optimizing for the strengths of your project. Some other points you should note: put time in the actual hackathon's dev post entry. So don't do this last second, because at a lot of hackathons, judges preview this and that determines who they're going to go out and talk to. Also, while the judging is going on and the demos are happening, let people flock to your table for the hackathon. Make it clear that you're ready to present. Winning at hackathons is oftentimes decided by how many judges can vouch for you. So make it clear that you're ready to present and have your demo running and invite people in, even if they're not judges, because sometimes you don't even know if they're judges. And that just kind of signals that your project is captivating and worth a listen and will just draw more people in general. Those are the main tips I got for you, but I also want to make it really clear that hackathons aren't just about winning. There's no right way to do a hackathon. They're generally just a lot of fun. So Go pick up swag, go attend the events, and just make it a memorable experience. In a future video, I'll be talking about how I use my winning hackathon projects to actually land me more interviews, so definitely subscribe for that. And before you go, let me know down in the comments which tips you agreed with and which tips I missed. That's all. Thanks and happy hacking.